ready to the max. I'm sure. It's like really nauseating. Like, bark out.
Ah, shut up.
Spoon. Gross.
I hated Valley Talk back in the 80s.
Sure.
Why do we have to listen to this again? Why?
Totally.
Yeah, whatever, you bitch. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. It's Opie and Anthony. We are stuck in the year 1982. This is the evolution of The Rock of New York. You know something? Frank Zappa is rolling in his grave right now.
He had written thousands of songs that are sheer genius.
Thousands upon thousands.
And he wasn't very happy with the ones that were popular.
So what did we choose to do here at NEW with our little evolution of rock and roll? Let's play the only song that Frank Zappa had, success with on the air. Great. That makes him proud. I'm sure John Lennon's in heaven somewhere. He wants to hear Imagine again so we could all reflect on his shooting.
Take a deep breath, Opie. Take a deep breath. We're moving through the evolution of the Rock of New York. Opie.
Hi, NEW.
Opie.
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right.
You guys got to lighten up.
Why?
Hey, you're biting the hand that feeds you.
I don't give a
we're not. The hand that feeds us is in the fucking future, not in the past.
But, I agree with you that...
we don't need to lighten up. Don't you understand? Anthony and I are the only ones brave enough to admit that this special is stupid.
Well, in the context that they're not a classic rock station,
you know that there's a bunch of people walking around the hallways right now, and they admit that it's stupid, but they're not brave enough to come in here right now and admit it. It's a bad idea.
Hey, well...
Half these songs we've heard a million freaking times. We don't need to hear them anymore.
Yeah, but a lot of them we haven't heard in a long time.
This whole special caters to an audience that made us last place. We're in last place in the ratings because we played this drivel. And now we're celebrating it?
Well, we're showing everyone, Anthony, why we've been in last place for the 2 years.
Oh, is that it?
That's
now
exactly
I get it,
what
at least.
We're doing. We're having a celebration.
At least I get it now.
It's a goddamn funeral around here.
Yeah, well, good luck.
We had Carol Miller on the air. I thought for sure she was finally going to resign.
No way. She'll be there long after you guys are gone.
That's fine. At least I know I kept it honest and kept it real. Simple as that. You know what? Because she's too scared to speak up. Dave Herman's too scared to speak up. Scott Muni is doing whatever he's doing. No one is brave enough to speak their mind around here. They're all chicken shits. I will personally get the U-Haul. I will pack all these dusty old CDs. Half of them, we didn't even know what they were because we had to wipe the dust off them. We'll put them in boxes, and those guys can go to another radio station and see how popular they really are.
Maybe Andrew Dice Clay would like them.
There you go.
He was big back in the 80s, you know.
Oh! Gotta go.
All right, bye.
What do you get the woman who...
Okay, that was the edited version of Joe Jackson stepping out. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Just saved a minute there, Anthony.
All right.
We're stuck in the year 1982. Do you have any fond memories of the year 1982, Anthony, you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, maybe we ought to, play this like everybody else up. And we'll convey some experiences from the year that we're playing. What is it, 82?
1982. What were you doing in 1982, Anthony?
Well, let me see. What do these songs remind me of? What images get conjured up? 1982. Yeah, I was booted out of my house, living in my car. My girlfriend was going to Dowling College and told me to call her up before I come there. Yeah, Anthony, could you just not drop in? Could you maybe, give a call first? Yeah, because I'll be hobbing a knob. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
You got some fond memories. That's real cute.
And I call her.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah?
You're pathetic.
It's Anthony. I'm thinking of coming by this weekend. Oh, ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, there's midterms. You're a week into your year. Oh, yeah, well, they're doing them early this year, so please don't come here. Yeah, thanks. Great year.
We're going down memory lane, 1982 for you, Anthony.
Great, every song will make me cry.
There you go. Well, here's one you haven't heard in a while. Can't wait to hear this again.
What is this?
The Alan Parsons Project.
All right.
We're stuck in the year 1982. It's the evolution of The Rock in New York on 1027 WNEW. Wait, this is that song, isn't it?
What?
And now, your Chicago Bulls
6'9" from North Carolina, Michael Jordan!
I always wonder what that song was. Now we know. Great.
So you learned something.
I learned something today. This is really freaking great. Yeah, all right.
Evolution of the Rock of New York.
Okay, great. That was a great trip down memory lane there. That's the song I really want to hear again. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Shadows of the Night. We're stuck in the year 1982. This is the evolution of The Rock of New York, and that song blows.
Did you ever think you'd be playing Pat Benatar again, Opie?
No.
Did you ever think in your wildest hallucination that you'd be segging Pat Benatar songs?
No. And, you know, we're getting a bad rap. People are attacking us and stuff. We could handle it. Keep calling. I don't care. But people are sitting there going, no, we really want to hear this music again. Who in their right mind wants to hear Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar again?
Can I explain to you what happened again, Opie? Maybe you seem to have forgotten.
Alan Parsons' project, Eye in the Sky. I don't need to hear that song again. I understand that some of the older songs are cool to hear, like the Zeppelin and the Hendrix and the Pink Floyd, ZZ Top, Black Crowes. Yeah. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear Shadows of the Night again.
You know what happened? We had phase one going very well, where we took the people that liked the old butt rock. They didn't like it, and they left. They said, screw you, Opie and Anthony. Left the station. Well, now they're coming back because we're playing their music. Mm-hmm. We're playing their songs, and now we're hearing from them again. Remember how long it's been since we got those calls?
I want to speak to your station manager.
Mm-hmm. So now we have to deal with that again because we've kicked up this great evolution of the Rock of New York.
And Carol Miller walked back in the studio and
she gave us a couple of enemas.
Handed us enemas. I don't get it, Carol. Hello? I don't get it. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean?
I don't know.
She had to run out to the... What does this mean? What is wrong with you?
No, dear. You see,
are you having an acid flashback? What is an enema supposed to...
was in there, but that was for you, dear.
What does this mean?
What does it mean? Well, actually, you see, I left, and I was on my conscience. I didn't want to, fight with you guys. I love you guys, and I thought...
What does an enema mean?
Shove it up your ass.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So I thought perhaps there might be something,
all right.
Constructive you could do.
So, Carol, why don't you
We've had enough. I won.
No,
bye.
No, you didn't win.
Yeah, I won.
No, trust me, you did not win.
Oh,
trust me, you did not win. I got my conscience. I speak my mind. You don't.
Yeah, I am speaking.
What do you want this station to turn into, Carol? Here's your time. Go ahead.
Kick-ass rock station.
A kick-ass rock station.
Yeah,
and how are we gonna accomplish that, Carol?
Excuse me.
How are we gonna accomplish that, Carol? By playing Shadows of the Night and Eye in the Sky by the Alan Parsons Project?
Let me explain something to you. To you all.
You all.
We, you, me, and you and me are not the management.
No, don't put us in the same sentence.
No. I don't.
We're like, this is called separation of state right now.
No, the point of the matter is it's not my job, and nor is it yours to decide.
I will express my opinion. A long time ago, the people used to go on the radio and express their opinions. What do you want to...
I just told you what I want. That is my opinion.
You guys have been trying to make this a kick-ass rock station for 10, 15 years.
No.
How many years have you been here?
I've been here 15.
Have you guys ever been out of 20th place?
Absolutely.
How long ago? Can you remember back that far?
Yeah, I'll tell you, when we really had our best ratings... I would say, I have the ratings at home about 1985 or so.
Oof,
we did very well.
13 years ago.
Yeah. No, but we
that's
actually...
Great. That's fantastic. Okay, great.
You're asking me when we had our best ratings. That would be it.
1985.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, okay.
So for the last 13 years, you guys have been trying to get back there, and nothing has happened.
No, that's not really what happened. Speaking for the folks at the station here, I think we have had so many different managers. And this is true. Before you got here, we must have gone through 9 different people who were programming the station. And I would have to say it was in the early... We were doing quite well. It was in the early 90s.
Well, when were you doing quite well again?
Up until, I would say...
1985.
Well, no, that was our highest rating, okay. But I would say up until until the early 90s, maybe 91, 92, 93.
You guys weren't.
Okay.
No, you guys weren't doing well in the early 90s. Trust me. I remember the day Scott Muni went on the air and said, "Here's the cranberries."
That was 1995, July 7th.
Okay, well, you guys weren't doing any better before that.
Yes, we were.
No, you weren't.
And what did you do? Wait a minute. Wait.
Unfortunately, that was a mistake, and I think.
Well, there's been a lot of mistakes here.
But Carol.
Yeah, look. Oh, I don't want.
Carol. Yeah, you're looking at two of them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, let me just ask something.
Yeah.